many friends you got? I know this is a rhetorical question, but how many friends do you got? I just watched a video that popped up on my recommended on YouTube by PBS. And there was two things that I noticed that were very interesting in this video. Number one is that PBS, on all the videos that I checked, going back 4 years or more, all the comments are turned off on all their videos. That's number one. Number two, the title of the video was something to the effect of Americans Have No Friends or something like that. But in the video, there was a specific reoccurring theme to the group of friends that was being built, being created. There were little mini interviews within the video talking to different people in the group and their thoughts and why they were there and how it got started and how it's growing. And I think even the originator, his wife, kind of pushed for this to happen. And she said something that really resonated with me, because it's a similar situation for Michelle and myself. And she's like, I want him, my husband, who she's talking about, to have male friends, guys to talk to and hang out besides it just being us. Now, granted, this could be a selfish act as she's trying to get some alone time by effectively getting him to get his time so that she can have her time without saying she wants alone time, which is a strategic move of psychology. No harm there. But it's a two-way street. And it all depends on who you are and your personality type. Now, for me, I probably have this many friends. If I'm going to be honest, I probably have this many friends. I probably know way more many people. I'm probably friendly with a lot more people, but I probably have this many friends. It's not a lot. And it's hard to keep friends. It's hard to have friends, but at the same time, not all friends are created equal. Actually, one of my friends, he sent me a text message with a link to a video. And that was pretty much it. That was, there was more to the message. But at the end of the day, it was, you're that kind of friend.
How many men have a guy they can call at 3 a.m.? I talk about the difference between a 6 p.m. friend and a 3 a.m. friend. So there are guys that you can call or text until about 6 p.m. And if you need to, help moving something or you need some advice, like they're available until about 6. And after that, I'm just too busy. Then there's the guys that at 3 a.m., you're calling them. Not only do you know that they're going to answer, but you're going to hear in the background them getting on their pants, clicking their pistol in the appendix position and grabbing a shovel because they assume that we're burying a body, right? That's just what they assume, and they're down to help you. Most men have zero of these guys. How many men have a guy that can call at 3 a.m.?
You're the after 6 friend. You're the friend I can call at 2 a.m. Whatever. Even though we live 2 states apart, maybe 3, depending on the route that you're going to take. I'll be there. And interestingly enough, with this PBS video that I saw, I noticed something good being done, being created. I don't know if this group is specifically targeted at certain types of people looking for friends, because I think your friends can come in many different shapes and sizes and ages and colors and backgrounds and everything. My friends, if I showed you a lineup and asked you to select my friends, you probably would never guess who they are, because it has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with them and who they are. And also myself, who I am, in order to be able to be a friend. It's hard to have friends if you're not being a friend yourself either. The numbers said that almost 50% of women receive some form of emotional friendship support from other women, whereas 20% of men. Maybe it's because women, potentially, this is one of my friends calling me now. I have to send him to voicemail. I'll call him back in a minute. Maybe women need more emotional support than men. Maybe. I'm not saying that they do. I'm just saying that if they receive it more, maybe it's because they need it more. Be that as it may, I would love for Michelle to have the opportunity to have more friends. Not so I can get her out of the house and get her away from me, but just so that she could, because we were actually talking about this the other day, and I felt very bad that she would make an excellent friend, as I know firsthand for sure. I'm not just saying that because we're married, but she has yet to find another person out there, female, that could equally match her in friendship. And it lasts longer than 6 to 12 months. And this is one of the problems that I see with these groups. When you make a friend, if you look back on the friends that you have, think about how they became friends and how you met and how it all happened. And it wasn't because you went out and tried to find friends. Now, granted, the term friend to me is very, very, I have qualms with the word friend because it gets tossed around and used in a way that I don't agree with. Again, I have about 5 friends. I have a lot of people that I'm friendly with. And honestly, if I don't know you and you're a stranger, I'm probably going to be friendly towards you unless you give me some reason immediately not to. But even then, I wouldn't not be friendly. I would just avoid you. I would just distance myself. But these groups, great opportunity for networking. And that's what it is. It's an opportunity to get out and meet some people and talk to some people and have conversations. But to go to this group and immediately say that you now have friends because you're part of this group isn't true and could possibly backfire and blow up in your face, only ruining the idea of going to begin with, because the people you thought were your friends or you said were your friends are in fact not. And therefore, if you call them, they will not be there for you. And I'm not saying that when you call them, they need to jump to or provide for or anything like that. A real friend, when you call them, will tell you what you need to hear, whether you like it or not. That's a real friend. But those are hard to come by. Those are very hard to come by. And oftentimes the friendships can fall apart because of that. And the true friend tells one what they need to hear and the other one rejects it and then thus ends the friendship. But here's the problem with these groups. These groups get infiltrated by fakes, scammers, grifters, whatever you want to call them. We see them in the comment section all the time. They're popping up. They're stealing people's profile pictures. They're not who they say they are. Not all people are capable of being friends. They're not. But those desperate looking for friends will probably be more likely to allow them into their lives and potentially give them the opportunity or immediately designate them as friends only to find out that they're not. And that's not good. These groups are going to be overrun and saturated because why would someone looking to maximize profitability on a low-hanging fruit opportunity such as this of potentially lonely and vulnerable men, quite possibly successful professionals with sizable income, and say, I'm going to enter in this group because I can get these guys to spend money. I can get them to buy whatever I'm selling. And unfortunately, this is fact. This is true. This is real. This is going to happen. It has happened. It is happening. And unfortunately, some of these folks don't know. Some of these folks may not even realize, I'm not saying this group in particular, these groups will be created with that sole purpose from the beginning, as the originator isn't genuine. It's a business. It's all about money. It always is. Now, every now and then you will find a genuine, good-natured, kind person who just naturally wants to do good in the world. And that person may make videos. And they may make videos and they may upload them and post them on platforms like YouTube. And they may turn off their comments because they realize that in order to be effective, they have to walk alone, essentially, and receive nothing in return besides knowing that they tried to do their best to help somebody else, even if they don't even know who they are. So that's just my take on it. I do think that this is going to be a trend. I think that 2024 and moving forward, we're going to see a shift and a trend in men's health and men's loneliness and men's vulnerability, because we've been through other various cycles, and now we're on to a new cycle of an untapped and very, opportunistic market and niche target audience that's ready, willing, and able to sign up for a membership or click a link or submit an email address or join a group or whatever that can produce a profitable return for those who are pulling the strings. I hate to be so sinister, but I have to be real. I have to be honest. I have to be forthcoming and tell you the truth, as that's what people say they want, the truth. And the truth is that I hope and I wish and I pray that this actually becomes something really, really good for the men and women out there who need this. But I've seen how bad these things can turn out. And what's most important is that those genuinely seeking friendship know and understand and are able to identify real friends from fake friends, and more importantly, potentially real friends. Because you can't just walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, I'm Kevin. Nice to meet you. We're in this group together. We are now friends." It's not how it works.
I can tell you my problems, meditating my silence, but I keep pushing my pen, rotating my stylus. Brokenness feeling like sin, now no breath, low dollar. Used to be left on red, now all the girls go holler. Now all the girls go follow. All the fake